welcome to another session of webinar Reinventing Learning. This is your host Malshri from Ignited Minds. This is a STEM education organization that conducts hands-on activity workshops in different schools. So before we begin with the webinar, I would just like to launch a quick poll to connect with our audience to know what kind of audience do we have today. So I'm launching one question that has to be answered in 10 seconds. This is for the audience. The question says, are you a teacher, parent, or both? So I'm sharing the result. There are a few parents, there are both, maximum educators are there. They have a lot to learn today. Good, we came to know that there are so many educators that have joined us and we need to address them actually. The basic purpose was that only. I would just quickly introduce all the panelists who have spared their time, valuable time in this time. You know, hardly anyone has, especially educators, they are all packed up. You've spared your precious time to be with us. Thank you so much. So I'll give a very brief introduction to all the panelists, because if I start with the brief, long one, the list of awards will not finish. The webinar time will finish. So very warm welcome to all the panelists, ma'am. And the first on the panel is Mr. A.P. Sharma, sir. He is the principal of Birla Public School, Doha, in Qatar. And he is managing a school with a student capacity of 7,500. He is an ace debater, and he encourages research-based learning and innovative skills in his curriculum. And he's more than 35 years of experience. He has conducted hundreds of workshops for students, educators throughout the globe. And sir, what do you like to do in your spare time? Very curious if you have spare time.
Oh no, I have enough spare time, and then I always try to do something innovative for students and teachers.
Right, sir. So it's always like towards academics only. And basically, sir, you are an economics person.
Yes,
That's, yeah, the background is economics. So, but still you have those innovative ideas to, move forward and all, right?
yeah. This is going to be
And
fourth.
sir is also a TEDx speaker. So we have got to learn a lot of things today from sir. He's also going to be our keynote speaker.
Thank you so much.
Then we have on the panel Ms. Niharika Chopra ma'am, who is the principal of DPS Jodhpur. She is an extremely determined and sorted person, a quick decision maker, and very affable. गुस्सा ऐसा लगता है कि गुस्से में है पर होती नहीं है. She is such a good person to be with, always full of positivity. Welcome to the panel, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The next speaker we have is Sangeeta Damija, ma'am. She is the principal of Millennium World School, the Faridabad branch. And every time I meet her, she is filled with so much positivity, enthusiasm, extremely proactive. She has done loads of workshops for principals around, and her she's written several articles that are part of a curriculum, in different state boards. And I have find it extremely proactive. Why I'm mentioning these skills is because it's related to today's topic. So we are mentioning all the leadership skills that our panelists have today.
Thank you, Malshri.
Welcome, ma'am. Next on the panel, we have Tanya Joshi, ma'am. She is the principal of Indian School. She has a political science background, and she is also into journalism. And with her 25 years of experience, she is extremely good with the senior section, which is very difficult. That age doesn't come under control of anyone. That's a very revolutionary, they have those charged, totally charged active people. So the children really swear by her. I've heard about this. And ma'am, have you done your schooling from Mater Dei, right?
Yes, I'm from Mater.
Yes, and I have done a little bit of schooling initial years from Mater Dei. So we have a
Oh.
connection. Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Vandana ma'am is the next speaker. She is an extremely versatile person. She has been a principal of a school, but I think she wanted to do something more. So she is now a blogger, she's a mentor, she's a coach, and she takes teachers training workshops on experiential learning and emotional development of teachers and students as well. So we have full screen with filled with educators today, and we are going to learn a lot, I hope. So launching another poll, just to connect once more. So the question says, the lockdown has made you more tech savvy, creative, or stressed? The results say that most of us have become, most of the audience has become more tech savvy. That's really good. That's really good. At least this lockdown has brought some good stuff, we have learned. So it's not a very, a negative thing that's happened. We have all learned to deal with Zoom and different platforms. So over to Sharma sir, but a brief backdrop I would like to give about today's webinar. We have had 2 earlier sessions of webinars, and this is a converging series we are doing, in the sense that the earlier 2 webinars we had discussed with the educators and the principals, that how they have so quickly switched to digital teaching, online teaching, that is. From classroom, the mindset was totally children, teachers, classrooms, the routine, everything suddenly in 2 months switched over to digital teaching. Now, after things have settled down a little, now things are streamlined, children are learning, teachers are learning with a lot of challenges, but still learning has become a continuous process. The syllabus is going slowly, but it is going. Now, one part of that is a little, tricky, and that is teaching the life skills. Life skills are the most important part of nurturing children right now. The world is full of challenges. We are living in a world of problems these days. We don't know what is coming next. So we need to nurture, as parents and educators, we need to nurture the future generation so that they can face challenges, communicate, be confident, and take proper decisions and think logically, and don't get stressed up. They should be able to face the world, not get depressed. Like, so the idea is that we need to inculcate these life skills through online learning now, because we don't have any classroom debates, we don't have any platforms for drama, we don't have any platforms for experiential learning. There are labs which are missing, a lot of things are missing now. So I would just like to show one slide which tells us about the life skills. So basically, there are 3 types of life skills: the thinking skills, the social skills, and the emotional skills, which if the person has, it will lead to success, his success. Now, going into the details of these life skills, we would just want others to find out what are these life skills and what are the details of these life skills. So thinking skills consist of creative thinking. Creative thinking matlab out of the box thinking, totally different. जो सब लोग कर रहे वो नहीं, कुछ अलग. Critical thinking. Critical thinking is when you have loads of facts in front of you and you have to remove the irrelevant facts and connect the dots and solve a problem. So that is critical thinking. I don't know if you're aware of one very interesting example that we used to listen to a lot. You know, there was this man who had to cross the, you know, in a boat, cross a river in a boat, and he had three things to carry and only one place in the boat. There was a lion, and there was this goat, and there was this bundle of grass. So how will he carry the things across the river without, you know, eating, without them eating each other? So that is critical thinking. Then decision making, unbiased decision is extremely important at this time. Then problem solving, of course, because we are loaded with problems, bombarded with problems every day. Then we have social skills. Social skills obviously would involve effective communication and interpersonal skills. आप किसी से मिल रहे हो, how do you conduct yourself around, you know, you have to convince people, negotiate with people. Then there is empathy. Empathy is understanding other people's problems. Okay. And then there is self-awareness, that you are confident enough, and that leads to team building. All the leaders and principals present here are extremely good team leaders. That's why they are, you know, carrying forward this amazing job of delivering education in such crisis. Then we have, of course, emotional skills, which is coping with stress and coping with emotions like anger, you know, the children throw tantrums and all. So we need to deal with all these to nurture our children and make them more relevant to the present world. So over to Sharma sir for you know, extending my views and you know, elaborating on them. शर्मा सर, एक क्वेश्चन बहुत ज्यादा दिमाग में आ रहा है, पहले वो पूछ लेती हूँ सर. 7500 बच्चों को कैसे संभालते हैं, और वो भी ऑनलाइन?
Online, it's interesting to think online is easier.
Is it?
Online is easier.
Yeah. So, but you must have got loads of staff, sir. Matlab,
I have a staff of I have around 500 teachers.
just a minute, sir. Just a minute. There is some issue. Okay. So you have how many teachers, you said?
500.
500.
Yeah.
And sir, matlab shifts में चलता है या कैसे? Like how is it going?
In one go, it's a huge building, and we have two more buildings nearby.
Okay.
In one building, in the main building, there are around 5,200 students.
Right, sir. So, sir, ek aur, I mean, how is the pandemic situation there right now? Like in that part of the world, like we are not aware. थोड़े बहुत news में पता चलता है, but how is it going there? Like,
No, thankfully, the government was very proactive here.
okay.
They could protect the one thing, that is the reaching
Right.
out to the people and just blockading or
Mhm.
blocking those areas where it was spreading.
Right.
So, and in comparison to other countries, population is less. People are spreaded.
Advantage. Yeah.
So, number of deaths, thankfully, is very less, and the spread is like everywhere in the world.
That's true. It's contained. मतलब कम है. इतना numbers इतने नहीं है वहाँ पे.
इतना ज़्यादा.
Right. So now you would just request you to throw some light on what the importance of life skills in our lives and our children's lives. So you would want me to share your screen?
Yeah, I think I have shared it. Is it visible to you?
No, sir. Just a minute. I'll just. So you can share it once more, please.
Can you see it?
Not yet, sir. So you started your sharing?
Yeah.
Just a minute. So just give me 2 minutes, audience. There is a
Shall I start again sharing? See,
Give me 2 minutes, sir.
no, I will, you have to make me the host.
I'll just do. Sir, all the panelists can do it. I'm just activating that setting. Sir, up karte hain. Let's start sharing the screen. Are you sharing it again?
Yes, yes, yes.
I think it's visible to all the audience, I hope. Sir, it's visible.
Visible now?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can begin now. Clearly visible, yes.
Okay. So first of all, good evening to all the panelists. Niharika madam, Vandana madam, Tanya madam, and
Sangeeta ma'am.
Sangeeta madam. I know most of them because I was in Delhi for more than 10 years. So first of all, salute to all teachers who are a significant Corona warriors community working from behind the curtain.
Right.
And it's a very important that when we talk about the disease, then we should and then thank to Ignited Minds, given an opportunity. I'm on webinars, and when Balshri ma'am told me that you have to be there, I could not say no.
Thank you, sir.
If doctors are saving the world, teachers are shaping the world. So I begin with this quote, and basically, I would like to take the views of all the people, keeping one thing in mind that see about teachers, everybody is speaking. I will be taking the child in the center, that how child is to be helped, whether by teachers or by the parents. Because right now, if we are talking about the life skill education, then we are talking about life skill of students. So how we can reach out to students. And mainly whenever I will be talking, I will be giving some views for teachers also. Teachers must get ready with their camera, means maybe the mobile, because there will be one or two very important slides for them, which has been published by UN. And I was working with the UNICEF during this Corona to prepare certain kind of things. So the first thing first is about life. So everybody knows about it. I will not spare time for this. Now, what is the objective of life skills? It's very important that developing positive social skills and etiquettes, developing work ethics, communicate and perform confidentially, then confidently, improve personality, mental agility. All these points comes in one simple thing, that a person should be a good personality. So I will concentrate on that during this coronavirus, how we can really touch emotionally with the students, whether it's a student or a child. So the UNICEF has given some aids, like first is prepare awareness to possible questions. Determine in advance what and how much your child needs to learn in order to understand the basic facts and take effective precautions. Figure out the topic for yourself first, double check the facts, and write simple, easy to understand explanations. Double check all information using official and verified sources, because right now there are so many rumors, so many misinformations which are circulating on WhatsApp and everywhere. Step 2 is listen. Let the student talk first about what they have heard from teachers or peers, what worries and scare them, and keep calm and speak in an even encouraging tone. It's very important. If you will start watching the TV continuously and you are interested into knowing the scores, like cricket scores, that okay, what is right now, how many deaths here, there, then you will get stressed and your immunity will also go down, and your face will be not so impressive that children will get impressed. First of all, you should look confident. So please stop watching all these kind of things. These are not share markets. Adapt the information. Be sure to answer all questions, but adapt your answer to the child's age. If you are talking about certain kind of things to a tiny tot, he will not understand. But if you are talking to a teenager, he can understand. Avoid assumptions. Do not assume anything. conspiracy theories and unnecessary details which can confuse or frighten your child. Right now, so many things are happening. Every day, 4 people are talking. They are just guessing how much time it will take. And then so many conspiracy theories are going on, you can't believe it. The fourth is lead by example. Avoid focusing heavily on the topic. This means whenever you are talking, talk other than Corona also. Talk about certain lively things and follow hygiene rules together. Wash hands properly. Yes, one thing has happened that by now and now onwards, human beings will be more hygiene conscious. That we learned. Now, middle school age particularly, explain that restrictions and inconvenience are temporary. It's very important. Like every time, every prime minister or president or the leader of the country is telling after 15 days, after 20 days, 15 days, 20 days, and in the heart of their heart, they know that how much time it will take. Similarly, you have to be conscious enough to talk to children. Discuss everyone's personal responsibility. Make it clear why they should not get together with friends to go to movies or visit their grandparents for a while. Help them figure out what sources of information can and cannot be trusted. This is very important for small children also because they are also on social media. Talking about focus on the safety and well-being. Tell the child that adults, doctors, teachers, parents are doing everything possible to make sure that everyone is well and to take care of those who need help. Children should not feel scared. Assure the child that most people will recover and that most children who contract the coronavirus will get well soon and it is going to be stopped. This is very interesting. I presented this one in one of the webinar and it was super hit. So I said, this is a progressive behavior. How you can develop a progressive and positive behavior among your students or at your home. Tell them to prepare learning flowers. If they learn some hobby, if they learn some skill, then they will put one flower on the chart. If they do mistake, then they will put a cactus. Skillfully smile. Whenever they are learning some skill, maybe the cooking skill or any other skill, washing the clothes, making the bed, anything, then they will put a smiley. Whenever they are talking to others on some issue, other friends, then collaboration one block. Anger placement. Whenever they are getting angry, then they will go to the shoe rack, will take out the shoes. After 1 minute, keep these shoes inside. This will teach them to be humble. At home and in school also, one chance give to children also that teach us, whatever you know, teach us. Teach us about mobile, teach us about this thing, teach us about whatever you know. Wishboard. Tell children to put wishboard, something interesting. Make them monitors. One of the monitor in class and tell them, okay, tomorrow what should be taught, what is to be taught. And in house, yes, you will see that nobody is getting angry. You will see that nobody is lying on sofa. You will see that nobody is watching news. Make him monitor. Innovation trials. Tell them, okay, child, you see that you are making a boat, how you can make it better. Planning minister. Make them planning minister. Tell them that, okay, you will prepare the budget of the house. Very difficult. Then you will plan just day-to-day things. What should be the dishes tomorrow? You plan it. 1 day or 2 days. They will commit some mistakes, but they will get involved. They will think positive and continuous. This is for teachers. Please take a click of this. Very, very important. These are the digital learning management systems. All these with blue. These will open if you will go to UNICEF site. So many. I have taken half of that. Through these systems, you can learn so many learning gaps and so many various kind of technological instruments are available and tools are available to make your education or learning and teaching very effective. Just on Google, you type resources to provide psychological support and you will find everything over there. Life skill in dilemma. Right now, what is in dilemma? Those life skills, first of all, time management. Teach the child early in the morning when you are getting up, count 1 to 10. Count 1 to 10 and then keep your feet or place your feet on the ground. These 1 to 10, because this time the blood circulation, which was on some other direction, will be quiet and then you will not have fits or any kind of thing, dizziness. And then make your bed. If your flight means takeoff is very good and landing is very good, then the whole way or during the whole travel or during the day, the aeroplane is on autopilot. So in the evening, when you are going to sleep, remember Almighty and go to sleep. Self-motivation and conflict resolution. This also, if there is a fight, tell one child to do or resolve it. Even in classroom, there are some cross chat is going on. Tell children to resolve it. Critical thinking, problem solving. One of the panelists will be speaking. Effective communication also they will be speaking. Handling disappointment and resilience. That's very important. It's coming in one more slide. So I will take up social disconnect. It should not happen. Children should talk to their parents. Children should talk to their grandparents. Children should talk to their friends. But whenever they talk, see what are they talking. They are not talking fearful things. They are not talking about different kind of rumors. Rather, they are talking to amuse each other. It's very important to have organizing skills. Tell child, make the proper timetable. Place it and follow it. Whether it is workout or you are helping in cooking, tell them even to prepare tea. They will note that what is to be put before, what is to be put after. They will know certain kind of things, and it is very important for learning also. Physics, chemistry, everything is there in making tea, because boiling point will increase if you will put tea, sugar, everything in the beginning. Empathy, household chaos, anger management, everything can be resolved. How to resolve it? Few points I will take. Puppet show animations. Tell children to see animations, and through animations teach them that even if everything will be okay, what you have to take care. If somebody is sneezing, how to sneeze. We got to know that we have to, if we are sneezing, then we have to use our shoulder. Before that, very less people were knowing and they were sneezing full out. So meditation, workout, all these things. One more thing, teachers can just take a click of this. These are tools for teachers to create of digital learning content. Lot of content and external repositories are available in the solution for this solution, and most of the big universities have worked for this through UNESCO. Since I am working with them, so I got to know about this, and I thought it is good to share. This is about how to set aside time to spend with each child. Ask your child what they would like to do. Ideas with your young child, ideas with your teenager. Switch off the TV and phone, because these also have virus. This should be a virus-free time whenever you are talking. Keeping it positive. Say the behavior you want to see. Praise your child when they are behaving well. Help your team stay connected. Get real. It's all in the delivery of what you speak and how you speak. Redirect. Take a pause. Use consequences. Lot of fighting would be going on right now. Mothers know it very well in various houses. So there should be some kind of consequences, but positive consequences. Keep calm and manage stress. You also have to keep calm. Most of the mothers are facing a lot of problem because the husband is asking tea, same time somebody is asking a pizza, some homemade pizza, somebody is asking something, mother-in-law is asking something. To manage that, you should not be stressed. Take care, listen to your kids. Taking about, whenever you are talking about COVID, I have already told. Now, these are few apps which are free available. And these are some plays which shows how we can use the social skills to improve our personality and also to be socially connected. Prism is the gold medal winner, and you will find these are available free. If you will go on Amazon site or you will Google it up, you will find. I love potatoes, very beautiful for spur of discussion, collective action, storytelling, skills, friendship skills through storytelling. And the last but not the least, I will say that there are certain kind of predictions that blended learning will dramatically increase. Teaching style and learning will be modified. Teaching tools to be attended and maybe altered. Maybe the whole designing capability will slowly be conceptualized and augmented. Please remember, we are there because of children are there. And as children are there, we are trustworthy, so we are there. We have to see that our children are actually working great, having resilience, and of course, this generation of children will be better than any other generation, because it is said any generation who goes through particular kind of a struggle and trauma, they do really greater than or better than any other generation. Thank you very much. Over to the next speaker.
Thank you so much, sir. It was such a beautifully done. Everyone is so confused right now that how to deal with children, because the stress is passing on. We are passing our stress to children, and they are the soft targets. रोज रात को डांट खा के ही सोते हैं बच्चे आजकल. So it's so nice, if you make them involved in everything, I think things can be sorted out and diversion would be there.
Yeah, मैंने वो जो simple chart आपको दिखाया था, it's very useful. In another webinar, many people asked that particular chart. So I thought, let me put it here.
Very interesting. I'm sure the audience would have loved it also. Over to Niharika ma'am now. Ma'am, being the most progressive educator in Jodhpur, as you had introduced experiential learning, one of the pioneers of introducing experiential learning in your school. Ma'am, we would like to know from you, firstly, पहले तो ट्रांजिशन थोड़ा सा कैसे किया आपने वहाँ पे डिजिटली, आप कौन से प्लेटफॉर्म्स यूज कर रहे हैं, प्लस हाउ आर यू डीलिंग विद द कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स एंड एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग, बिकॉज अभी प्लेटफॉर्म्स नहीं है वो वाले जो सो दैट प्लीज टेल अस अबाउट दैट.
Thank you so much, Ignited Minds, like this platform, what you have created, even for us people as well. Like this is beneficial for each one of us. A very warm welcome to all the panelists. And we are going through a very, very tough time. And it happened so suddenly that no one could get a time to understand how to really go about it. I think it was suddenly the COVID-19 pandemic, it appeared, and lockdown was there, closure of schools, and teachers were also confused like what to do. But now things are settled. Now everyone has switched to virtual classrooms. Certainly it cannot be same as a normal classroom, but I like to compliment all the teachers, and so many teachers are linked with us today. I mean, I salute you all, the way all the teachers of our nation, I mean, the way they are working, and they have kept the learning on. That is very, very important, and everyone is working at their level, and they are spreading positivity all around. So well done, teachers, keep it up. I'm going to talk basically about the keeping in mind the junior children. So basically when it comes to the senior children, if I say like 6th to 12th class children, still the books were there, because CBSE, on CBSE portal everywhere, like reading stuff is there. But when it comes to junior classes, because everyone is going with separate, different set of books, so things were very difficult, because they were not able to understand how to do. Are we supposed to scan each page and send it to the parents, or we do something like where we have to involve them, or we have to run with the syllabus? What has to be done? So basically what I suggested them, same I'll be talking here, I told them to go for concept-based learning through experiential learning methodology, and where they have to be very sure, keeping in mind that life skills that should be always developing, that should always be growing. Child has to be made better in different skills, so that later when children join us back, even if we are not able to cover much of the syllabus, still, they will be much better as before. And this is something which is going to help them in years to come. So basically I gave them few ideas, and same I'll be sharing here as well. As per me, like what we have to do is, this is the best time for making child read. work on their reading skills. You know, teachers, they can share different stories with them. They can share even the book stories as well. I mean, that also can be done, or other good stories which has good values. And children and teachers, they can ask different questions to the children, like they can talk about particular character, they can talk about different vocabularies, what has to be added to them, or they can talk about like that as a comprehension, and children, they can answer like that. That will explain that how much they have understood the story. Teachers can suggest good books to the children, you know, so that, you know, they are learning positivity, they are learning good behavior, they are learning values, and along with that, they are improving even in their vocabulary, their expression as well. Make child right. So like I have set a curriculum where, you know, teachers every day, they are asking children, they are giving some theme to the children, and children are supposed to write, they are supposed to express themselves. Let it be 4 lines, 5 lines, 10 lines, as per their age, but they have to write, they have to express themselves, because we have to always keep it in mind that, as Mr. Sharma also said, that children, they are in great stress, right? Because environment is such. Because even if like we keep telling parents as well that don't talk about it, but it is something which is in air. It is like parents, if parents are not doing, someone else in the family will sit and will stick to the TV and will keep listening to the updates, what is going on, so many people have died, that country is dealing it like this. So that certainly that comes on child as well, that insecurity that hampers their growth. So we have to keep them busy, we have to give them something which brings positivity in them, make them feel. This time is very, very important, where we can develop empathy in them, because they need to understand. We have to talk to them, we have to show them, we have to appreciate doctors, nurses, everyone, the way they are doing. I mean, forget not only that, that is, I think everyone is doing, even they need to feel how their parents, they are taking good care of them, how they are so much worried about them. Mother is so much worried. I mean, even the way she's washing vegetable every day, because, you know, my child, they should be safe, my children should be safe, my family members should be safe. So we need to make them feel that everyone cares for them, everyone loves them so much. So one thing, we have to make them appreciate. You know, this is one quality which I feel most of us don't have. You know, we can appreciate our efforts, but it is very rare that from heart we actually appreciate things around us. So this is the time when, this is the time I feel like even we can make them patriotic. You know, child doesn't become patriotic only by celebrating 15th August or 26th January. This is the time when they, if they are told like the way their country is dealing with this problem, the way their the administration is working on it, the way their parents are doing, the way their teachers are working, the way everyone is working hard, like India is a best place to live. Might be this will help their dreams, if they have something in mind later to go out of country, might be, you know, that brain drain can be helped in this moment. So they should admire their own country. I feel they need to appreciate the effort, and that is possible only if we as parents, we as teachers, we all are talking positive about the things around. And above all, it is like we have to make them do. We were talking about that experiential learning. There's small things like Malshiri, like you people are doing wonders in it. I have seen your science kits, the way you people are developing, and yeah, you are giving the concepts to the children. But on date, like parents don't have that material with me. But honestly, I'm feeling like if the time would have been where they had the kids with them, I think this would have been lovely time for the children, because see, they are not getting any exposure. They're not going out to play. So sitting at home, they can do wonders, because they will be discovering things. They will be, critical thinking gets developed. I mean, you are doing amazing job. So I think when it comes to on date time, we can give them small projects, like how the water can be filtered, how plants can be grown. This is summertime, so like everyone must be getting so many fruits at home. So like children can collect seeds, they can make different things using those seeds, so that creativity can be taken care. Teachers have to assign all those works to the children, right? Such small projects have to be assigned. They can ask them to take care of their small garden, so children can water the plant. Moving in the home doesn't, I mean, one is free to move in the home. So rather than getting them scared of everything, I think that movement has to be kept on. Um, small activities like how to make a mask. I mean, that's a very small thing, and children, let them use even only a paper and make it, though it is not going to be used, or if a small cloth can be used, that will be really great. But it is like making them understand like how it has to be made, what part it has to cover, and what should be the length and the width of the same. Or small activities using with paper cutting, using newspapers and cutting and making something, because my idea is to involve them. Because though like see, this is I'll not say that this time is a good time, but at the same time I think this time has brought many positivities as well along with it. Like I, as a working person, I feel, I think this much time I never spent with my family, with my children. And this is a good opportunity where a small bond can be created in the family, where parents, they can know the development of child, where they can sit and talk without being negative about anyone. But yes, certainly talking to them, cracking jokes, telling stories, talking about their experiences of their childhood experiences to the children. Because see, that develops, because child always admire their parents. They always see like how they were grown up. They had so in many of the cases, like see, India is growing. Earlier, like in our childhood, there were not so much resources. So they will feel that yes, like see, we are so fortunate that we are the children of this time, and our parents are giving us so many facilities. Along with that, like I feel this time was a very good time. Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, this time is like there were so many special days. If we talk about today it is International Family Day, right? So a beautiful activity can be done where children can be asked to see the old family albums, photo albums, like go through it. And different activities teachers can, give to the children, either like take out the pictures when you were 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old. Now that will make child understand the growth, how child has grown, how child, and not child is not going to see only his or her picture. Even they'll see the pictures of their family, their relations. They will talk about it. So that will make them understand. Otherwise, because see, before this, what was the time? Like we were hardly talking about our relatives. Everyone was so self-centered. Like no one has time to go to chacha's place or mama's place or to other place. So valuing relation, that is that is very important. As Mr. Sharma also said, make them talk to the relatives. That is very important. They must talk, and they must know like what are their relatives, where are they placed, how are they doing in life, and that gives them also a contentment that yes, my cousins are also like going through this. When they talk something good, that gives them, that keeps them at peace, that even helps in their stress, and even their anxieties also uh, are in control. That is also very good thing. Then it is like Mother Day was there, Labor Day. Like how many children, everyone is very positive, like if we say, but generally if we see how many children are very decent to their servants. So this is the time they need to understand, like without servant, life is not very good. Their mom is doing everything. So mama is able to give them time, only because servant is helping. So like even they can write a letter to their servant. Let them not post it. Let them keep it with them. Once the servant is back, they can read it out to them, telling them, like, actually, we missed them. Actually, they worked so much for us. So basically, this is the time to make them understand those values, because when it comes to small children, parents also, like, though very few parents are linked to us, but every teacher is also a parent. So keeping that in mind, certainly I will like to tell, like, parents also have to be little careful in this time, because earlier generally what happened, like when it is a classroom, teacher is teaching 30 students, and here teacher is teaching now 120 people in one go. Mama, papa are also sitting along. So this is the time to rather make child confident about her teacher, rather than, sometimes in few cases it happen, like parents, they start criticizing their teachers. And when they criticize their teacher or they compare their teachers in front of children, I mean, that is not good for child's growth. A person, teacher is a person on whom, like, child is going to trust, like like a blind, he's going to trust, no, whatever my teacher says is just absolute right. And if parent puts this in mind, no, 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 this teacher is not good, or this teacher is little partial, or no, this teacher was not looking towards you, this teacher didn't take your name, imagine what is going to happen to that child. So parents also need to be very, very careful. Don't nag your child, because this is, because I understand things, they are also going through anxiety and stress, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that they should take out all their frustration on children. To be very honest, this happens. This actually happens because they must be, do this, do that. I heard your teacher asked you to do this work. Why are you not doing? Your teacher asked you and you were not there with the homework. All these statements again and again, because that is privacy of child.
Right.
What is happening in class, that is not coming to parent. Everything is not coming to parent. But now what is happening in virtual class, everything is coming to parent. So parents also need to keep a check on them. Please don't nag your child. Please don't compare your children. Unnecessarily comparing children. See, he has done the work, you have not done it. He listens to the class carefully, you are not listening to the teacher. So this, puts them down. Because skill is, it is first they have to be mentally stable. First they have to be at calm. They have to be at peace. So we have to create that environment where they are enjoying their learning, where they are positive at their end, where they are ready to absorb knowledge, where they are positive towards everything. Do small things. Mama is washing vegetable, तो salt डाल रहे हो, baking soda डाल रहे हो, क्यों डाला? छोटा सा research work बच्चे को दिया जा सकता है. Think why mama is doing this. A child of class 5, 6, 7, they can do it. They can find it out why it is done. So small activities, small projects आप उन्हें दो जिसमें बच्चा involve हो और अच्छे से करे. छोटी सी responsibilities teacher can give, or even parents can also give. Soak elements for the whole family, set up the table, छोटी सी चीजें, so that they also feel responsible, that they have to take care of family. They are also taking care. It is not only mama, papa are taking care of them. They are also taking care of everyone, right? If someone comes, they have to sanitize their hands. So they have to be given responsibility. Make sure the person has sanitized the hands once someone has entered home. So small things, because this is going to be, like, I don't know for how long it is going to go like this. So we have to make our children very, very responsible. We have to make them positive, and we have to make sure that their growth has to be on. So I say there are so many activities. I'll share them, but it is like a lot of things can be done. There are so many sites where there are so many small activities. Ultimately, we have to keep them busy so that positivity is, they are positive all the time. They are doing something, they are learning by doing, and they are enjoying this time with their family.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. It was such a brilliant thing. I love the part with the, relations. You should know about the relations. You should have an empathy. You should realize that they are in the same position. Then they feel more satisfied that we are sailing in the same boat. So,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
beautifully said, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so
you, thank
much.
you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you
I
so
would just
much.
launch another poll to involve our next, audience would love to see this. This is going to be shot on the screen for 10 seconds. So this is about, would you want your child to get good grades, get a good job, have good leadership skills, be happy in whatever they do? So maximum, okay, this is a nice, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. People are so aware. That's beautiful. So maximum people say that they want their children to be very happy in whatever they do in their life. That's
No, very
a
good.
wonderful audience we have today. Wonderful, appreciable. So the next speaker would be Miss Sangeeta ma'am. Ma'am, I have heard that Millennium World School has a totally skill-based curriculum. So, ma'am, I would just like to know, how are you delivering it like in this virtual times? How are you making these skills reach out to children, making them do things? So, please share with us some things.
Definitely, Malshri. Good evening to all. Thank you, my dear panelists and other members who have joined us for this seminar today. I would like to state that life skills cannot be taught in isolation. Life skills have to be taught with, and they have to be embedded within the curriculum. So we have our curriculum which has life skills embedded in it, and children don't even get to know while they are learning. So I would like to share an insight into my school. I have shared some activities. I'll be sharing with you the screen and explaining you.
Just a minute, ma'am. I'll just make you share. Have you started the sharing, ma'am?
Yes.
Just a minute.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Visible?
Yeah.
So this is the curriculum that we follow for pre-primary classes. Each of us have a different learning style, whether it is kinesthetic learner or a visual learner or an auditory learner. We have to identify our learning styles, and for that we have a VAC test, visual, auditory and kinesthetic learners. So there is a questionnaire which is filled by, for pre-primary children, it is filled by the parents, and for grade 1 onwards, it is filled by the students. Once we identify the type of learner, it is not necessary that the learner could be either of the one. It is generally a mixture of visual, auditory and kinesthetic learner, as most of us are. Once we identify the learning style, this is our timetable, or I would say the different types of skills that we impart to children. And to be more innovative, we have named it a little differently. So language development is I listen, I know, I speak. Cognitive is I'm ready, I can do wonders, I can and I do. And we have 7 different rooms in our school to ensure that the children don't sit in one classroom all the time, and they go to different activity rooms whenever their skills have to be worked on. This is called the 7-petal approach that we are following. Now, the ability to express, as Mr. Sharma and Niharika ma'am has also mentioned, there are 4 skills to be assessed, LSRW. So all the skills are done through activities. When we talk about fine motor skills, these are some pictures of the students. When we do some fine motor skills, these are the hand movements of the child, how the child does it. If you see the third picture, that is the gross motor skills. Now, all these classes in our school are happening online. So when children are given the books online, children are looking into the books, reading the chapters, the teachers are telling them about the activities, and children are doing these activities online and sending this work. This all pictures have been sent to the teachers online. So if you see, the child has made E with flour dough, right? I'm not. Yeah. This is cognitive development. As Niharika ma'am had mentioned, when we celebrated Mother's Day, this child had made a necklace for his mother out of pasta.
That's brilliant.
Sweet. So
I know, that's
When we talk about personal awareness, we teach children to take care of their own things. Here, this child is washing his own bicycle.
oh,
So this is all embedded in the curriculum, and these are the activities which are listed in our lesson plans also.
right.
Every child in this age group, they do these activities. When it comes to socio-emotional learning,
Hmm.
once in a while we have a party time with the children, which is also online. And if you can see, they're all donning different hats and they're enjoying, and they need to connect with their peers, with their wherever they are comfortable. And few students, since from the beginning of the session, the lockdown started, the new children admissions haven't even met each other.
Each other, yeah.
Yet they are so pally because every day they are doing the same activities and attending classes online. This is the seventh petal, which is where we inherent, it is the, we nurture the inherent potential of each child. So each child is doing their own activity, what they want to do. So the first girl, she's made a photo frame with wool. The second child has done a fruit salad activity. So all these activities are there and they are nurturing the best out of each child. The third child is gardening, is watering the plants.
Right.
And this is what our little millennium timetable looks like. So if you see, there's music, there's life skills, you have, you string the beads, you bathe your doll, you find yourself. There are chubby cheeks. Every day they have morning assembly online. They're singing rhymes. So there are so many things which the children are doing, and I'm sure they're not missing the regular school, except they are not physically present with each other.
That's true, ma'am. Beautiful.
Now coming on to the primary children, this was the pre-primary curriculum that I shared. Coming on to the primary children, when we talk about CBSE being incorporating social skills, emotional skills, and communication skills, now what happens is every CBSE says for every student, we need to allocate 12 hours of skill, and we need to assess them theoretically and practically. Whereas we don't look at the CBSE curriculum. For every chapter that we do in our school, we have a project. So when we do a project for every chapter, there is either a communication skill involved or an interpersonal skill involved or an empathy involved. So if you see here, the child is communicating through, this was a storytelling session. So she's narrating a story. The interpersonal skills, the children are all having a drink with the teacher when the class started, because they all were asked to bring their favorite drinks. So this is their me time. So they've developed relationships during this time. On the occasion of Labor Day, this picture was sent to us by a child where she's made a card for the guard in her colony and she's giving her that card. And as regards self-awareness, this girl is making her own sanitizer at home. So they have been making their own masks also at home. So these are the activities which children are doing on a regular basis. And I'm sure, there are silently taking the life skills into their system without even getting to know that it is a curriculum that they have to follow. If I talk of the thinking skills, these are the certain areas where children are involved. And with online teaching, it has become all the more easier.
Okay.
We are able to enhance the technical skills amongst the children, because children would go only to the computer lab for computer classes, right? Now they are chatting, they are doing quizzes, they are playing online games, they are doing chess, they are doing Ludo, they are doing music, dance, art, craft, you name it, and children are doing all the activities. And if you see the last picture where critical thinking, so teacher is posed this question where what is wrong in the picture. So children are even using Mentimeter to poll. So I feel there is a quantum jump in the skills of the children, which would have taken years for teachers and children to develop. And overnight, we had to develop these skills, and children have imbibed it so well. Initially, we had parents sitting with the children during the classes. Now, parents are not there because they are also working from home and they are equally busy. So it is a very well turned out class on when we are taking online classes. When it comes to emotional skills, everybody has heard of circle time. We are not sitting in a circle physically, but in case if they need to share something, they need to vent out, they need to discuss, even if they have to complain about their siblings, their parents, they have they have complaints against their classmates, everything is sorted online with the teacher. So this is so beautifully done. In fact, at the end of the day, they are all very well connected. So yesterday I was in grade 2 and one child could not answer, and he got very sad, and he switched off his video and like, mama manati hai, but teacher is, where are you, please come back, please put on your video. So this kind of emotion, empathy, and then she's telling apne toote hue daant ki smile de do.
How cute.
I don't think even mothers have time to do all these things. So I mean, this is something we can say it is something which is connected us more. Even we have not physically met the children, but when we meet them, it won't feel like we are seeing them for the first time or physically meeting them for the first time.
Right.
Apart from the 3 life skills which I have mentioned, this is skill development basically for all, be it any human being. Empathy towards the environment. If you see, on the Earth Day, the child has made a paper bag out of the newspaper and waste paper. And we are doing physical development through yoga, through Zumba activities. Every day children are having. And of course, the technical skills are developed. And now they are more tech savvy. They are aware of apps much more than their parents do. And if some child is speaking in the class and he or she is not audible, the other child says, you must please unmute yourself. So they are so much aware nowadays. I think we are reaching to the next level with these classes. We can do skill enhancement through various other activities. We have done online competitions. We have done online parent facilitator meets. We have celebrated Mother's Day online and have had competitions amongst the mothers. Similarly, there has been skill enhancement through a lot of webinars. So we have arranged STEM webinars for them, storytelling webinars for them. We tied up with WWF and Tide Turners. So children are aware of many things. Nowadays, children don't have a habit of visiting libraries. So in this process of technical skills and innovative learning, they have actually got to know a lot of things and how to Google search. Of course, we need to take care of the security issues, because there is a lot of material available on the internet. But if it is monitored carefully, there is lots to learn. As Sharma sir had also shared, there are so many websites nowadays, and they are offering free services during the pandemic. And our teachers are using those services. In the last, I would like to leave you. We have heard about emotional quotient, intelligence quotient, and spiritual quotient. But what matters is the adversity and the adaptability to a situation. During the times of pandemic and the testing times that we are going through, adversity quotient is at the top. And if we are able to overcome and learn the adversities, how to deal with adversities, I think the other quotients can be taken care of very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I love to see the pictures. It was so good. I mean, I really feel that you're doing a brilliant job. Like, they're actually, I was thinking, because there would be no debates and no, kind of meeting platforms, but this party concept is really interesting, when they carry their own.
We have circle time and it is there in the timetable.
Yeah, that's nice. So they do it every week or something like that, is it?
Circle time is weekly. We have dance, music, yoga, Zumba, fireless cooking. Everything is there in the timetable.
That's
So
great.
when children are doing this, so they have 2 teaching periods and 1 co-scholastic period. So they equally enjoy and look forward to it.
Look forward, yes. Of course, there's a lot of things that are being done, like which maybe we were not able to do earlier. Children can be made to observe things also around them. Like I was just one activity every day, like just like blowing bubbles only. They would be seeing a rainbow thing. Simple activities. Jhadu bhi laga rahe, so they will know ki okay, the dirt has to be put in one place and the fan has to be switched off. So they can do it in little things. It's so lovely. There was this child who was asking me the other day, why is the moon and the sun, we can see them in the evening at the same time. So, you have to answer such questions. So, observation, nature observation, जो पहले स्कूल भाग रहे होते थे एकदम कि 7:30 बज गए, बस पकड़नी है. Now they can see the sunrise, the sunset. They can observe so many birds, trees around them. It's beautiful. I mean, they have so much time to spend on observation, which was missing earlier. And they can question.
The question mark. We have to answer each and every query.
That's true.
Today, one of the teachers made them visit a virtual zoo in Boston.
Okay.
So those things are also available online. In fact, children are enjoying much more during online classes. So I said adversity is sometimes a blessing. It's an opportunity.
Absolutely opportunity to learn more, observe more, be pacified, shanti se dheere dheere, let it go at its own pace,
True.
Yeah. So
thank you so much for giving this opportunity to share.
I mean, it's such a learning experience. I'm sure all the teachers on the audience side are clapping right now, loving it. So moving on to Tanya ma'am. Tanya ma'am, I would like to know that you have. I have heard that you have a very very special connect with the senior students, which is really hard. Seniors lot like after 8th class becomes totally volatile, and they can have their mood swings and they can have their tantrums. So how is it that you maintain your positive education you give them for their own well-being? And of course stress levels otherwise also are very high, because 11th 12th mein bacche aa jate hain, they have to make decisions, they have to, parents want them to do something, they want to do something else. Some of them are really casual, ho jayega jaise, you want to motivate them. So it's really hard to tackle that particular age. So how are you motivating them and keeping them going?
Okay, so good evening to everybody, and all the panelists, highly intelligent and giving very very good advice at this point of time, which we all need. So my first thing, Malshri, is that this is the time actually to reinvent yourself. And I would salute all the teachers at this point of time, because they are the ones who have reinvented themselves. We always say to better my best self. That is my motive, which my teachers have really risen to the occasion. When technology comes in, we all shy away. The younger lot is much better than us.
Absolutely.
And that's the time when, we in fact usually ask our students, in my school, most of them used to tell me, ma'am, you've got another Samsung, the new Samsung, do you know how to operate it? And I would give it to them and they would kind of tell me, okay, fine, this is the way to do this app, that app, and everything. So this is the time when we realize that yes, there's a lockdown, but you have to make the best use possible of this time, because this time is not going to come again. I hope it doesn't come again. And that's a big thing for, I think, all of us. We are all hoping that, I mean, the first question asked by the teachers and the students and the parents is, "Ma'am, school kab khulega?" And I would love to answer their query, but unfortunately I can't. And at this stage, I don't think anybody can. So when you talk about the senior children, they are very, very loving, but they have their own something inside them. Some are introverts, some are extroverts, some want to talk a lot, some are able to communicate. And very rightly put by the previous panelist Sangeeta, that you cannot teach, and even Vandana said the same thing, you can't teach life skills. It has to be integrated. Now, I often tell my students a story about the ants. And, they say, "Kya ma'am, kya ant wali kahani suna rahe ho? Aap kahani sunaoge class 11th or 12th mein?" So, even when I take assembly and we have assembly of class 10th, 11th and 12th together, there are so many things that you can tell them. And in this particular time, I've had sessions with my children all together also. We are going to have a session with the students who are right now in class 12th, ready for their board exams. Some of them haven't had certain exams, and we've got a counselor for them, because we started feeling that they must be getting very, very upset and very, kind of like, what is to be done next? And who is going to answer them? So anyway, just going back to the ant story, when I tell them about the ant story and then I ask them, okay, what is it that you've learned? So like somebody will say, हमने देखा वो तो ना इधर देखते ना उधर देखते सीधा चलते. So they're very focused. Now, I don't know how many teachers would agree with me, but the online teaching, this virtual teaching, has actually brought the focus back into the classroom. Yes, there are certain kids who do try and chat with each other during this virtual class, but I would say 99.9% are very focused, very, very focused. I mean, they are asking questions, that interaction is there. They are worried about their future. They say, "Ma'am, when are we going to have classes?" Like when we started with the virtual classes, the first question that came to us was, "How are we going to do our practicals, ma'am? And lab to hai nahi." So we said, "Don't worry, we will see what has to be done. And when the school opens, you will get all hands-on things. But in the meantime, I have teachers who will use a tumbler, who will use a pencil to show how the light is reflected, refracted. All those things are going on." So I think to a great extent, we have managed to adapt ourselves. And this adaptation is what we need to teach our children, or rather they should see that, yes, I mean, they tell me, "You're 54 years old, ma'am, but you are managing to do things." I said, "Excuse me, managing to do things? Why are you talking like that?" They said, "No, we probably expect, that your generation is not going to be very tech savvy." But they are very happy, and when they meet me in my classroom, I've told my teachers, see, supposing the class is at 10:30, and we start with, like, let's say 10:25, everybody starts coming in. So I told my teachers, I said, "Please do not keep quiet. Have some kind of interaction with them. Ask them, how was their day? What is the day planned for them? What do they want to do? How are they facing this pandemic?" Many of our senior students, in fact, they sent us clips, and we made a video which we put on our website as to how they're utilizing their time. So whether it is painting, it is dancing, it is cooking. Now, you talked about the family day, the International Family Day. We had a video of one family where one girl is on the drums, the other one is singing, mother and father are also singing. I mean, I think that is so, that image is going to remain with me for the rest of my life, because that is something which, without even telling them, is what they are doing. The value of the family, the value of not letting yourself down, the resilience. You have to jump back, you have to see what you have to do. So I think in a way, this pandemic actually is the biggest teacher for all of us. Uh, there are, you've heard of this psychologist called Maslow. Now, Maslow talks of that there is some basic needs right at the bottom of the pyramid. It's like a triangle. So at the bottom, you have the basic needs. Then you have the psychological needs. And on the top is what you have, the self-actualization needs, where you have creativity and everything. So when you look at that and then you say, but a student studying in class 12th has all those needs. It's not necessary that he's not going to have the basic needs just because he's on the top of the school hierarchy. So I think, one has to cater to everything, what the individual wants, and you have to keep that pep in them. It's very important. Like the other day, I was just talking to them, and there's one question which I was reading here, that how do you tell the children not to watch Netflix till late, and then they're not able to get up in the morning? So when I asked my class, prompt came the reply. I said, "Mummy, Daddy गुस्सा करते होंगे." So prompt came the reply, "वो भी तो देखते हैं मैम." So, and I was like, for a minute, I was stunned, and I said, "What am I supposed to say?" Then I told them, I said, "Yeah, but they probably don't have to get up for their classes in the morning. You have to, and you need a fresh mind." So then this boy said, "Yes, ma'am, you are right." And next day he told me, "Ma'am, I tried to sleep early." So that was a reward in itself for me. And that's how, while you're busy giving your class or delivering your lecture, you need to have that connect with them, which is very important. Now, very rightly said that this is not the best of times for the family. Everybody is together. It's not all hunky-dory at all. Everybody is not sitting and playing Ludo. Everybody is not sitting and saying, "Okay, now let's make pizza together." The parents are not used to the children 24/7. The children are not used to the parents 24/7. It's difficult. I mean, to be with the husband 24/7 is not an easy thing at all. But so if I have to do my jhadu pocha and bartan and I have to deliver my class, then it's like reinventing myself, right? So similarly, the child at this point of time, and I call them child or children, is because they are also, it's very new for them. It's very, very different for them. Yes, somebody might say it's been more than a month, it's been almost 2 months. Yes, but before each lockdown, everybody feels, okay, now this is going to be the last, and we are going to finally see, get out of the gate and go out in the open. It's not happening. It's really not happening. So I think, one, the positivity, as somebody just said, it's nice to talk about positivity. It's nice to deliver, talks on positivity. But I think that positivity has to come in your voice also when you're talking to the child. If my voice is totally flat, "Okay, let's open book so and so, page so and so," there are
No one is good. Okay, I think there is some problem with the video. We can, ma'am, can you just repeat what you just said? We missed that part. Sara,
Tanya ma'am, you're muted.
I think my hand went there. Now can you hear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So what I was saying is, just to repeat myself, that there are times when you say, "Okay, I do not want to kind of have anything to do with the textbook today. Let's just interact." And you'll find children who were not speaking in the class they've started coming out, they've started speaking, interacting, because that is very important. Now, problem solving, critical thinking, all these are the main life skills. So this pandemic, now you give them some kind of a topic and say, "Okay, fine, tell us, how would you, kind of, if you were living on your own, how would you do things?" See, when you're in a family, you're in a cocoon, you're very protected. But once you are moving out, you're on your own, what is going to happen? And that makes them think. And I think it's very important that we give them this thing, that they think and they're aware as to what the real world is. Now, I'm just going to show you 2 slides.
I'm just going to let you share your screen.
Okay.
Just a minute. Ma'am, have you started sharing?
Yeah.
Just a minute, it's not visible. I just... yes, ma'am, it's visible now.
Okay. So this is just life skills from STEM. Second slide is... Now, this has actually been made by my maths department, my maths teacher Payal Sharma, and I'm using her thing, and I have to say thank you to her. So I'm not going to read it, but it just tells you that how even in class 12th in a maths lesson, what are you actually wanting them to learn? Then this is about refraction. So I think most of you must be knowing what refraction is. So what it says is, and I'd just like to read the last 2 lines, they can show their creativity by placing different drawings and observe through the glass filled with water. While doing this experiment by asking different questions, we can develop their communicative skill and their confidence. This slide is the work of Yogeshwari. She's one of the finest physics teachers I have ever interacted with. This also is internal, an experiment on internal reflection.
Sorry to interrupt. I think slide is not visible. You have stuck on the first slide.
Ma'am, can you just move the cursor to the next one?
Tanya ma'am.
Yeah, I'm just seeing.
Tanya ma'am, on the top, it is written enable editing. Just click on that and then it will work.
On the middle, ma'am, middle.
On the top in the middle, it is written enable editing. Just click on that.
It doesn't say on this one at least.
No, it is here. It is here.
It's in the yellow line.
Hanji, it's in the yellow line. It is written enable editing.
I have a green and a red line.
Okay, so it's a different screen.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I think you can just read them out. We'll just understand, because refraction is a very basic thing we can understand.
Okay.
So you just read that out, ma'am. So
Okay, so the first one was refraction, which I just told you. Then the second one was internal reflection. In this experiment, we can develop the curiosity and critical thinking. Children who learn to think critically, they are not easily distracted, and they can find their solutions. These type of experiments teaches children to compare and then make the best decision. A child who can rationally make decisions through comparisons will avoid wasting time, so to develop decision-making skills.
So this is one experiment in which it, pass on the light through water and it's internally reflected. So this is one experiment that we do very commonly in physics labs. Now
can it be seen now? No.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yes, now it's visible.
Yes, okay. So this is the one that I was talking about, our physics teacher Yogeshwari. She has made this. So this is on refraction.
Wow.
And this is internal reflection.
Very interesting, ma'am.
Yeah.
So this can be done at home actually. Right now, when they are learning, they can do such small things at home.
Yeah. So my only thing is that, while learning ourselves and kind of like, telling them, the main thing is that you have to tell them that, okay, fine, the goal is important, but more important than the goal is the journey. And if the journey is something that you enjoy, you are going to make yourself a happy life, which is, I think, for most of us, the most important thing. So thank you very much, Maharishi, for for giving me this
Ma'am, it
platform.
was a
Thank you.
beautiful one. I really loved how you counsel your students basically, because they are somehow this age group, they listen to teachers more than, their parents.
Right, right.
Parents, they will be, banging doors and throwing things away and they have those anger fits. But teachers, if they are good counselors, they need to be good counselors for
You
that.
know, Marjorie, just to share a very small incident, there was a parent who came to me and said, this is the iPhone 10 and I'm forced to buy it for my child. But if you say don't use it, he won't use it.
Wow.
And then he said, you keep it with you. So I told him, I said, why are you making me the vamp? So he says, ma'am, आपसे तो फिर भी वो समझ जाएगा, हमारे से नहीं समझे.
Absolutely, that's very true.
So you don't mind doing these kind of things because you want that in the long run the child should develop.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I would just, Vandana ma'am, just one more poll to connect with the,
Sure.
yeah, and then, okay, so this one says, which of these skills would you place the most importance on? Is it social, emotional, or thinking? So you get 10 seconds to answer this. And we are sharing the results. So right now it is, almost emotional and thinking at the same thing. Yes. Emotionally, yes, we really need to work on the stress part of it. It's really
But it is social which affects other two.
Absolutely.
Honestly, right. Yes.
Absolutely, sir. So over to Vandana, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to ask you, how, like we're talking about emotional things right now. So how is it that you, maintain an emotional health for, how is it important? What happens if we don't maintain an emotional balance right now, like for educators, as parents also, what happens?
So first of all, a very warm welcome to all the participants, and thank you to Ignited Minds, Marjorie, and all the panelists for the wonderful ideas. And I'm so little biased, but I was really liking what Tanya ma'am said, because I myself am a physics teacher and I have been teaching physics for last 20 years. So recently I have, I came into this freelancing thing, and I'm doing teacher trainings. So I really liked all the innovative ideas by all the respected panelists, and I'm really happy to be a part of this. Coming to your question, Marjorie, I will say that at this point of time, we all are tensed. We all are tense and we are living in fears, because whatever we are facing is a difficult situation and we were not prepared for it. All this happened so suddenly and we couldn't get a time and we were not prepared for it. So now what is the problem is that we are living in a world of fear of losing jobs, fear of losing relationships. As ma'am said, it is so difficult to live with the husband also 24/7 in the same house. And like the families are not, especially in today's world, families are not used to staying together for so long, and that is why there are so many disputes. And hats off to all the teachers that in spite of all these, whatever is happening around us, they are taking online classes and they are doing a wonderful job. Now coming to your question, why it is important, and what can we do to maintain the mental health at this point of time. So, and this is the time when all our fears, hidden fears, our limiting beliefs have popped up. They are just there in front of us, scaring us at night during daytime, and we are not, like people are generally complaining that they are not able to sleep. But there is no point to worry, because why do we get worried? We get worried with the thought that nothing is in our hands. This virus didn't take our permission before coming to our lives, right? So we get fearful. Why? Because when we feel that nothing is in our hands. But I will say to all the participants that there are few things which are in our hands, and we just need to be mindful of that. Now, the next question is, what are those things? Those things are your own self, your own perspective, your own way of responding to the things. We generally don't realize that we react to the situation, but we should choose to respond and not react. So if we'll be little mindful and be alert and conscious of what is going on inside us, I think this is not that difficult a problem. And we all Indians are very good in, jugards and all. When we have handled such big problems in our lives, this coronavirus is nothing. It cannot steal our joy. So having some, I'll say, having some mental break time with is so important at this point of time. Mental break time means we can go out, you can do something which makes you happy, like gardening, going out for a walk if you live in a society, anything which you love, cooking and all that, so that the right kind of hormones are released in your body so that you feel happy and satisfied with whatever is happening, and with a positive mindset that how can I handle this situation? Not reacting, choosing to respond to different situations, counting to 10. If there is something which is really bothering you and you're really tense, just count till 10, have some water. This is the time actually which is the most important time of our lives. Every time we used to say, I don't have time. We were running after deadlines, we were running after goals, we were running after meetings, we were running after classes. And now what nature has done, all of us have come to a halt. Now this time should be utilized for the best possible outcome. This time should be utilized for goal setting. This time should be utilized for working on your fears, your triggers. This is the time when we can really work on our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings, and so many other things. So I feel that this is the time which is the most important time of our lifetime, and we can really, really work on upon ourselves and our family members, and we should try our best to make the best use of this time.
Another thing that I would like to ask is, in a virtual classroom, how do you develop critical thinking?
Oh,
Okay. Children need to think critically. How do you make that environment to even the smaller kids like Sangeeta ma'am has just handled, like you can show pictures and show what's wrong, what's right, like that. But how do you do it with, the bigger lot and all? So I would
So I am very much interested when it comes to 6 C's of education. And in 6 C's of education, critical thinking is one of it. Like these 6 C's are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, character, citizenship, and all that. And generally we have this that in online classes हम कैसे करेंगे ये सब citizenship, character कैसे हो सकता है? पर अगर हम ध्यान से सोचें तो ये हो सकता है. Right. I understand the teachers are very tense at this point of time, and they, like somebody rightly said just few minutes back, that they are the corona warriors. They are doing a fabulous job, and salute to all the teachers who are really working hard and handling all this stress. But I'm really happy, Malshri, that you asked me this question, because I'm very keen about this particular topic of critical thinking and creativity, and basically 6 C's of education. So critical thinking can be inculcated in the children during corona time also. Sangeeta ma'am and the teachers have given beautiful ideas through various pictures. So I will more concentrate on the senior classes, because I've seen somebody in the question and answer section also was asking about senior students, what we can do. So in senior classes for critical thinking, you just need to make sure that you give some time to children to think deeply. Now, as soon as I say this, the very first question which comes to the minds of teachers is that in 1 hour class, how can we make or give time children to think, and how we can make this happen? See, it can be done if you plan it well. When I say plan it well, you're doing it, but if you just think about it in a more detailed way, you can think of various projects. You can think of various topics. You can think of various activities and experiments which are very easy. You can use various videos. Now, I'll give some examples, because if I'll just talk about this, it is not very much clear. Like, for example, when we say critical thinking, it means we want our children to think. Now, what do we want them to think? We all have seen rainbows, right? How many times have we thought that why is a rainbow circular? Why it is not triangular? Why the violet color is inside and why the red color is outside? when milk boils, why does it come out of the container while water does not come out of the container? It will keep doing like this, but it will never come out, right? Similarly, there can be so many questions like water is transparent, but waterfall is white. Why? Why there is a white trail of gases behind the jet planes? Why it is so? Right? So there can be so many examples which can be given to the children to research, think about, and then there can be a discussion in the class. And who can stop this discussion? Now, when it comes to handling a class of 40 students, how it is to be managed, you can always divide your class into groups, and each group can be given a different topic. If you don't want to give, fine, and it's okay. They themselves can find out a topic. But the only thing or only condition which you need to put is that every group is going to give their presentation. You can divide. There are so many apps these days. There are so many platforms. You can always divide them into groups. You can always make them work in groups. As a teacher, you can intervene in that group to ensure that everything is going on in the right way and the direction. The discussion is going on in the right way, and nothing else is being discussed. And each group can give the presentation. As we panelists are giving our presentations, so why not our students give presentation on such topics? There are so many experiments. Now, as soon as the word experiment come to our mind, we start thinking of labs, we start thinking of chemicals, we start thinking of heavy apparatus. But let me tell you, I'm a science resource person also, and my forte is to train teachers on teaching science using experiments and demonstrations, using everything available at home. With your dongas and glasses and plates also, you can design 15 experiments, right? Use straws, ice cream sticks, used bottles, anything in the home, anything which is available at home, you can design so many experiments. These days also, in last few days, there was one video which was so common of that black pepper and soap solution, and that it was being used to show that how virus can go away. It is a concept of surface tension in grade 11th. See, this same video can be used from grade nursery to grade 12th. Same video, depends upon the level. So the point is that critical thinking can be inculcated using experiments, activities, research-based questions, as I just mentioned about the rainbow thing and all. And I given few examples. And yes, there are various good apps like Chocolate, GeoGebra, and there are so many good apps where there are a lot of good videos followed by certain questions or an assignment framed by the teacher. So the students can see a particular video and the teacher can make an assignment which the students have to answer those questions based on whatever they have seen in that video. So critical thinking can be very well inculcated, and there can be other ideas also. Like, for example, I show them a picture and ask them that what is wrong with this picture? What do you learn from this picture? What is your learning from this picture? Think about it carefully. So there can be numerous activities which can be there to inculcate curiosity and creative thinking among children.
So, ma'am, I can just add on to this. There are so many things at home, like, if they're wanting to teach convex lenses, maybe they can take grandmother's reading classes. It can be as simple as that. The focal length, they can find out. It is, things are, and I think particularly observation is extremely important at this time.
Exactly.
Things, observe, and then, question. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, in critical thinking, actually, there are 6 steps. And if you follow this step, then anything can be put at critical thinking. Why we wash hand for 20 seconds? Why we wash hands like this? Like this, and tell children to write these steps. First is observation,
Very nice.
and analysis,
Absolutely.
repetition, reflection, evaluation, then inference, and last explanation. And 3 things are most important here. Like focus on interpretation, reflection, and analysis. Simple thing that right now I'm doing some cooking also. I told my cook to stay home to get involved. And then I thought, my mother told me that if you are having a vegetable and you have to put it on without water, how it can. Then I keep a plate on the top and then putting some water on it. Now I'm trying to analyze, is water soaping inside? It's very inside. What
Yes,
is happening?
all of us are learning.
So simple is that do these 6 steps. Child will learn everything
Absolutely.
from
Yes.
observation, analysis, interpretation. They will learn, and any
Yes,
one
yes.
thing you give, like one rocket. I told one children that okay, you make 3 kind of rocket. One rocket which can go fast. Second rocket which can travel more time, so you can make an aeroplane kind of thing, paper aeroplane. And third thing is which can have both the things, fast also, high also, maybe taking more time also. So children with this simple exercise, and I said no, what will you do? You will write these 6 steps. When they write 6 steps, they will do deep learning. They are forced to do.
That's true, sir. Simple things, sir, जैसे मतलब you know, I think बहुत सारी चीजें we take for granted. Like we see, अच्छा ठीक है, like she said, पानी white कैसे हो जाता है waterfall में, या rainbow circular क्यों है? We were doing an experiment in grade 4, and wherein we were, you know, giving them sundials so that they would learn about shadows and, you know, opaque, transparent objects like that. So one of the child, she came and she asked me, ma'am, why is this a semicircle? So I had to tell her, why is it a semicircle? And then another child came up and, ma'am, moon dial क्यों नहीं होता है? You know, such brilliant. So we have to trigger that. वो थोड़ा trigger डालेंगे तो they will start questioning, and questioning will lead to critical thinking. They will find answers to themselves. We don't do anything. We just trigger them. Yes. So that's the most interesting part. So one more last question, Vandana, with you is that how can parents help the children to have a balanced mental health? Abhi chuttiyan aa rahi hai, so it's like going to be a difficult task. Abhi to at least they were little busy with 3-4 hours of online classes doing their assignments, but now it's going to get really tougher. Of course, they'll get some holiday homework. वो एंड में ही होता है वैसे. Everyone knows, you know, last 2 days we are all the children.
Got it.
बिल्कुल, पेरेंट्स कह होंगे हमें भी सिखा दो ये टिप्स. हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ अच्छी करनी है.
A very important question, Malshri. I think every parent on this earth right now wants to listen to this answer, right? Because we all as parents are really worried. As I just said, and somebody else also among our panelists said, that we are not used to living together for so many hours under the same roof, and the relationships are at stake, and there are many fights, and there are so many other things. I'll say at this point of time, the most important thing is that we need to understand that our children are very, very tensed. Why? Because if they are having a feeling of being locked in the houses, they are not able to have contact with their friends, with their relatives, with the grandmas or granddads if they are if they're staying away, and they are very, very far away, and they are missing that extended school support and community also. So they are very, very tensed. We elders sometimes forget that there's a huge age gap. We are tensed, but they are not used to handling this kind of a stress, right? So this is high time when we as parents keep away our own stress and our own problems and challenges at one side, and take and prioritize our children's mental health and emotional health. It is so important, and I understand the intention of all the parents is so good. All of us as parents want good for our children, but what is happening? That we are so engrossed in our own workload and our own so many kinds of pressure, we are forgetting that children of that small age group are not used to handling that kind of a stress. If we elders are facing so much, they just imagine the situation of a child who is facing 10 times of what we are facing in the same situation, right? So number one. And second thing is that we can, as parents, we can always, look for certain good movies. We can look for certain good apps. I'm not talking about PUBG app or Ludo or something else at all. I'm talking about good apps, good videos, various good documentaries. A lot of virtual tours are being online, and they are free these days. Use this and spend some quality time with the child, and those movies and documentaries should be so chosen that entertainment is one thing, but the major aim, the bigger goal of choosing such documentaries and movies should be the emotional and mental health of the children, where you can really impart certain values, where you can tell them that it is important to be strong in every situation, where resilience is being focused upon. So as parents, we need to focus upon that part. Next is that we both the parents, it is not one person's duty, both the parents must look for a fixed uninterrupted time and sit with the child and think and discuss and reflect upon what the child actually wants to be. Many of the times the children are on the different page, parents are on the different page. Let us use this time to sit and reflect and discuss with the children about their own triggers, about their fears, about their beliefs, about their value systems. This is such an important work which we generally don't get time. And this is the time where we all are locked down in the room, in the houses, and we can sit with the children. Why I'm stressing upon this as the most important thing is that, you know, our children look at themselves through our eyes as parents. If मैं अपने बच्चे को अगर बचपन से ये बताती हूँ कि तुम सुंदर नहीं हो, तुम्हारी बहन ज्यादा सुंदर है, या तुम इतनी इंटेलिजेंट नहीं हो, वो भाई जो है वो ज्यादा नंबर ले आता है, तुम क्यों नहीं लेके आती हो, देखा तुम्हारी सिस्टर कितनी कजन जो है वो कितनी अच्छी इंग्लिश बोलती है, तुम क्यों नहीं बोल लेती हो ऐसी इंग्लिश. एंड हमारा बच्चा अपने आप को उसी नजर से देखने लग जाता है. Exactly. What we do as parents is we need to have that uninterrupted time with the child, talk to him or her as friends, and what we need to discuss. We need to discuss about the triggers. You need to accept certain रियलिटीज विद द चाइल्ड. उसको अपने बचपन से कुछ बताओ कि देखो मैंने भी एक बार ऐसी गलती की थी, मैंने भी एक बार बंक मारा था, देखो मुझे ये रेपरकशन हुआ था, तुम्हें पता है एक बार मुझे भी मम्मी से चांटा पड़ा हुआ है, पता है मैंने क्या किया था. Having those candid conversations, you can't even imagine that what kind of an impact that that candid conversation can have that. And I will say that remember, this can be little dangerous also. So I will suggest one thing here. As an emotional intelligence practitioner, I'm saying, so I'm like just not an expert in this, but just will say that there's a difference between being friends and being friendly. So when you talk to your children, you don't have to be so, you have to don't have to give so much of liberty कि आपके बच्चे आपके friend बन जाएं और कभी आपको ही कुछ भी उठा के सुना दें और तब सारा का सारा impact zero हो जाएगा. So we have to, when we talk to our students also, it is such an important thing that there's a difference between being friends and being friendly. We have to be friendly so that our children can approach us, but we don't have to be friends कि वो इतनी liberty ले लें कि हमें आकर कुछ भी सुना जाए. Right? So this is very important. And last thing is that अगर हमें लग रहा है कि चीजें हमारे हाथ से निकल रही हैं, हमें लग रहा है कि शायद हम हैंडल नहीं कर पाएंगे, कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं, nobody is stopping us to approach the school counselors. I think schools are going far beyond their ways to support people, support parents, support children, support everyone. So if you approach the school principal or the class teacher of your child that I'm facing this situation and I need to talk to the school counselor, I think they would be more than happy to help. Absolutely. Right? So you should do some reflection exercises with the child. You should do there are so many tests which measure the emotional intelligence and mental wealth of your child. Let the child give those tests. Right? They're easily available online, or you can take the help of certain experts so though they can guide you so that you can keep a check on the mental health of your children. And last, I'll say, be a part of the online classes somewhere or the other. I'm not saying be there and just stick around and देखो वो टीचर ऐसे कर रही है, वो टीचर ऐसे कर रही है, टीचर्स को क्रिटिसाइज करने के लिए नहीं, but be a part of the online classes. I'll just give a simple example कि यहाँ पे टीचर्स भी कुछ कर सकते हैं कि ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स चूज किए जाएं जहाँ पे पेरेंट्स और ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स कैन बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द ऑनलाइन क्लासेस. लेट मी से आई हैव अ क्लास एंड किसी बच्चे की दादी को मैं बोलूँ कि आप स्टोरी टेलिंग सेशन कीजिए, एक अच्छी स्टोरी सुनाइए. हम दादा दादी को स्कूल में बुलाते हैं, बड़े शोर शराबे से ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स डे मनाते हैं. Who is stopping us to have a storytelling session by one of the grandmother or grandfather or some uncle or aunt? किसी बच्चे के पापा डॉक्टर हैं अगर, why don't we invite them to our online classes and talk about the safety and the hygiene? We have to think out of the box. We can let teachers also, I request them to make parents a part of the online classes, and I will say the parents also, I request them to be a part of the online classes. Think out of the box. Think that what can you can contribute to the school of your child, what you can contribute to the learning of your child, and all these things can really make a difference. And घर पे बहुत कुछ हो सकता है, जैसे एक माहौल ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी क्रिएट किया जा सकता है. अपने बच्चे को बोलो कि हाउ अ 2-pin plug इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अ 3-pin plug, डू यू नो? चलो आज खोल के देखते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स आप बड़े होने चाहिए, बच्चा अकेले खुद नहीं करेगा ऑफ कोर्स. तो 2-pin plug और 3-pin plug खोल के देखो अंदर क्या डिफरेंस है. अच्छा एक तार मिसिंग है, ये तार का फंक्शन चलो आज पढ़ते हैं नेट पे. अब many of the times I find parents to say, मैम मुझे फिजिक्स कहाँ आती है, मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में साइंस नहीं पढ़ी, मैम आप मुझे ये कर रहे हो. कुछ चीजें जिंदगी में ऐसी हैं कि आपका सब्जेक्ट क्या है इसे इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. हमें खुद को एज ह्यूमन बींग्स बताना चाहिए कि 2-pin plug और 3-pin plug में क्या फर्क है. एक मेरे घर गीजर है 1000 वॉट का और मेरे घर एक बल्ब है 0 वॉट का, दोनों क्या था, सबको डिसाइड कर दिया. आजकल जाओ ढूंढने, नॉर्मल बल्ब मिलता नहीं है शॉप्स में. क्या किया ऐसा, क्यों डिस्कार्ड हो गए, क्या चीज आ गई है एलईडी बल्ब्स के अंदर जो कि पुराने नॉर्मल बल्ब्स को पीछे कर दिया. 3-pin प्लग में जो सबसे ऊपर वाली पिन होती है वो मोटी और लंबी होती है, हमने कभी ध्यान से देखा? लेट्स थिंक ऑफ सच प्रोजेक्ट्स. टीचर्स की वेट नहीं करने की जरूरत, पेरेंट्स का बहुत अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं. इस वक्त बच्चे 24 घंटे आपके पास हैं. डरने की बजाय और फियर्स में आने की बजाय और अपनी टेंशन में घुलते रहने की बजाय और सब न्यूज चैनल्स पे बैठे रह के पेंशन घर में और औरों को बताना इतने लोग मर गए, इतना लोग ये हो गया, लीव इट. चलो आज 3-pin प्लग के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, चलो आज रेनबो के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, चलो आज ना रेनबो बनाते हैं. सिंपल एक ग्लास ऑफ वाटर और धूप चाहिए, आप घर में रेनबो बना सकते हैं. देखिए कितना कुछ हो सकता है, right? And I will request Malshri to share our email IDs. किसी भी पेरेंट को आगे कोई हेल्प की जरूरत है, कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं, हम यहाँ पे भी लेंगे लेटर ऑन. अगर कोई क्वेश्चंस हैं, we all are there and we would be more than happy to answer your questions. But I'll conclude the entire episode with one thing: let's stay positive. चीजें बुरी हैं पर इतनी बुरी भी नहीं है कि हमको कोई रोक सके. We can do a great job.
Absolutely, Tanya. मुझे वंदना, I'm feeling sometimes, we'll start missing this time. When we grow up, we'll say, oh, we really did this, we really did.
Exactly.
It's time to be creative. It's time to think. It's time to do your passions. Hobbies, painting, dancing, whatever you want.
Exactly.
जो टाइम हमें पहले नहीं मिल रहा था वो मिल रहा है. So let's forget about going to the malls, rushing. Let's just be calm and enjoy yourself. I hope this session was useful to, I'm sure it was, with such big panelists and brilliant ideas through and through. I'm sure the attendees have enjoyed it as much as I have, and I've learned so much. So just be safe and stay positive. We will look forward to meeting you one-on-one because ये तो अभी आधा ही हुआ है. We need to learn so much.
This was probably the trailer, right?
I know it. Everything needs to be split into one session.
For the teaser.
Thanks a lot for giving.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manshri, and
Thank you so much.
Thank you all the viewers. Stay safe, stay positive.
Malshri, I think there are some questions lined up in the question and answer section. If you don't mind, we can take them.
Sure, no problem. It would be, I think, one was, teenagers related to sleep and waking up late. I think Tanya ma'am can answer this. She's already answered this one. So
I did answer that. It's just that, I think you have to tell them that what is important for them, let them feel. It has to come from within them. You cannot force them to do it. So if you tell them that, yes, if you do get up early, sleep early, you have regular 7-8 hours, what is the advantage of that? And if they feel yes, tell them to be selfish. There's no harm in self-love and being selfish. And I think they will definitely rise to the occasion and will listen to you.
Thanks, ma'am. Then I think.
Don't mind, can I add something to it?
Sure. Please do.
तो मुझे लगता है कि आजकल के बच्चे इतने स्मार्ट हैं कि उनको हर चीज में एक लॉजिक चाहिए होता है। अगर आप उनको कुछ भी मानने को चुपचाप बोलोगे ना, वो कहेंगे क्यों, ऐसा क्यों होता है। आजकल के बच्चे बहुत इस मामले में बहुत स्मार्ट हैं। सो आप अगर किसी भी चीज के लिए उनको बनाना चाहते हो ना, एक्सप्लेन द साइंस बिहाइंड इट। Just explain the science behind it and let me, like, I can say it with so much of assurance कि जिस चीज के आप उनको एक बार साइंस समझा दोगे, जिस चीज की आप उनको एक बार रीजन समझा दोगे, उस दिन वो आपके आगे ना आर्ग्यूमेंट करेंगे, आपकी सारी बात मानेंगे। लेकिन आप जब बोलोगे नहीं बेटा सुबह रात को लेट नहीं सोना अच्छा नहीं होता, सुबह जल्दी उठकर ये करना है, वो कहेंगे ठीक है मम्मी बहुत ज्ञान दे दिया, इनफ इज इनफ, आई एम नॉट रेडी फॉर इट, मैं देख लूंगा खुद, मैं बड़ा हो गया हूँ। खासकर बड़े बच्चे ये बहुत जल्दी बोलते हैं, मैं देख लूंगा, मैं बड़ा हो गया हूँ। सो आप जहां भी आपको ऐसा लगे, explain the science behind it and they will agree to you for sure.
Absolutely true. I think rest of the questions have been dealt with.
Yeah, right.
Junior classes and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
So in case you have any more queries, attendees can mail them to me and I can forward those mails to the panelists today. I'm sure they'll be glad to answer you individually. So I think we wind up this session now. So thank you so much, Sharma sir. Thank you so much, Niharika ma'am, Sangeeta ma'am, Tanya ma'am, and Vandana ma'am for coming. And it was a beautiful learning experience. I can assure you, मुझे तो बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला. Had I been, there had been no time limit, I would let it go on.
We've already exceeded the time, haven't we?
I know. All of us need tea, I think. So
absolutely. Thank you so much, Malshri.
Thank you everyone. It was nice connecting with you all.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.